What's going on? It's Archer here, sharing another replay. This is a 10v10 on Ragnarok. That was pretty intense. I started over here in November, and there was 3 pretty big battles that happened. So total destruction. There was only an hour and a half, so we didn't get to completely win, but they weren't left with much. So we'll go here. This is me here. Now, during the replay, I won't go over to the right side very often. I didn't bother going over there at all during this game. I was occupied with this side of the map. As you can see, he loses this fight pretty quickly. And I deploy here and get troops in here. And this is somebody else. This is who? Cyrus. So pretty quickly we lose this side of the map. The other side we lost as well. And points wise we started losing, I think, pretty quick. So here comes the planes. This is pretty regular. So they have air deployment bases at the top corner, at the top here, and their planes come right down here. Now, if they were smart, they would wrap them around here, this mountain, and then come down. But I deployed a whole whack load of AA along here to cut them off from doing whatever they were doing down here, which looks like a lot of damage. So as soon as I get some AA there, this is now cut off. Not completely, but he doesn't get very many planes back if they get through. So you see that one made it. It'll swing around though and come back because it has to fly. Usually come back. Oh, see, that one turned. But anyway, so this was important. I had to keep this full of AA to prevent them from bombing this site when we decided to take it back. I wasn't sure what we were going to do here. We were losing now. Oh no, we were kind of close. It wasn't bad. But anyway, he couldn't get much through, so he was getting annoyed. So I'm trying to reinforce this whole area here. Look, that's him saying attack my AA. I put some Hemmets up here, which are resupply trucks, so they kept those healed nicely. I had these SAS, which are recon, but they also take out planes with stingers, so if planes come, some more AA. Shorter range. But at this point now, still pretty close. I wanted to get this back. I didn't like having to come up from the back, our original spawn there. You know, we should take that. This is my side of the map. You know, I didn't want to lose that. So in a second here, I believe, yeah, here. Okay, I'm going to slow it down. So we're trying to figure out what to do. I decided I'll go see if I can find a CV. If we find a CV, we can at least take it out. And it's usually up here. This is where usually people will put it. He does have another one. I didn't see that right away. He's still trying to artillery my AA. Keeping them nicely resupplied. He comes in with some troops. I see these flame tanks, so I back off right away. And kind of just let him do whatever down there. I was concentrating on one of this. So as you can see, I got, that was my cluster bomb there. I go in again to look for another CV there. I mark it and come in again with a cluster bomb. See, instead of coming up from here, I come up and then I turn around and come at him from the side. Okay, so now his CVs are toast. So now I realize that's it. I tell whoever this was, a couple of guys here, say get ready to attack, and you know, just be ready. I go out with my spotter again and try and see if there's any AA here that we should be worried about. I come in with my aardvarks to take out these flame tanks, and he rolls in another CV. So as I'm getting ready, look, there's this force here came in. This isn't me, just these choppers, but most of this isn't me here. Thank goodness. It was this Cyrus kept a lock on this half because I was preoccupied over here. So he parks another CV in there so he can spawn again. I see that. I take my Kiona for another quick look just to confirm where it is. And I end up bringing in another aardvark and cluster bombing that CV again. And after this final one, this is a pretty epic battle that that happened here. So I find it, tell them I'm on it, bring it up through the side and come at him from sideways. And at that point I'm like, okay, let's go take it now. So I bring in a CV, and what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to go in with like about 10-15 helicopters with this CV helicopter and try and just confuse the fuck out of him so he can't find it. If I can land the CV, we can bring ground troops in and they can win the fight pretty much, because their main line is here, and so we're going to be coming in from behind them, which will be good. So I decide to attack with these, try and land my chopper, and wish for the best. Now all these helicopters and stuff for the Cobras can only attack ground units. They won't attack any vehicles like this. They won't attack. They can attack other choppers. This Kiona will attack. Oh, there he went down. Will attack vehicles, but he's toast now. This is my Phantom. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Anyway, so I tried to land the CV. I didn't get it. It crashed and burned before I landed him. So these choppers won't last long. I call out another CV pretty quick and try it again. Decide, you know what, it might work, it might not, whatever. We just gotta try because we can't keep holding back on here. So I'm almost out of choppers here. I only have a couple left. It's not looking good at the moment, but I decided to try one more time anyway. Come in with some aardvarks to run some interference there. Try and clear a spot for the CV to land, and bring him a little more south this time, away from these guys. He gets a CV in, he gets a CV in, and so do I. So as soon as he gets that CV, I call tanks. Instantly heavy tanks. I got 4 Abrams coming in, and my plan is to move them up through here, because I know he's got some units in there. He just pulled his CV in, stopped us from spawning. He starts spawning here, which is great. I think he kills my CV, but he doesn't realize we have another one down there now. Yeah, there it goes. But as soon as we get this guy, it'll turn blue again. And there's my aardvark coming to get him. So there we go. Now we can spawn again, and we just pile troops in here. I get some anti-air in here. Those Abrams cleared out all this, which is nice. That's me saying attack. And the Abrams just kind of clean up around here. So that was the first. This is crazy too. He almost got in here. think he ran out of troops. Those leopards all died. But this wasn't me, but this was my CV, and this is where we were spawning, so if we had lost this, that might have been a different story. This is me saying defense here. It kills the Spitzes. Anyway, we'll fast forward again. So now this is just basically, we got this side back, which is nice now. We kind of basically just fill up this whole sector here with men. I decide to move up and move over. So I'm going to try and go up here and into this forest. Taking this town wasn't necessary, but it would have been nice. I had some help taking this, but the first, this is the counter he pulled here. I'll turn the speed down when it gets closer. This is my phantoms. I'm just dropping my flies here. All three of my planes go down. So we can see these coming. These are 4 Abrams against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 21 tanks. I have Cobras there too. But, and these Abrams are elites. So you're gonna see here what 4 elite Abrams tanks does to their cheap ass cheap tanks. T-62s and T-62s, which are horrible tanks. They have numbers, so, which sometimes helps. But these tanks just pick them apart like they're done already. They came in with some Sea Cobras here. The newbie came in to help me out and clean them up. I have a weapons jam. There we go. Another one down. Cyrus comes in, help me with some lands. Newbie. So we kept this, and then I wanted to take this spot next and fortify here. I wasn't sure what they had around here at the time, but he kept trying to come in here, but Cyrus, thank God, kept this whole side on lockdown so they couldn't get through, which is important. As you can see, I'm calling in some more AA in this side forest here, and I'll speed it up again. So this next battle was the hardest one, and it's when we tried to take this up here. I don't know what that was. But anyway, so I roll up with some tanks. I'm slowly trying to put more tanks and more heavy units around here. I know they have stuff all around here. I can see them. I have some AA, the anti-chopper stuff here. He was coming up. Here, lucky they're getting fed up with this AA here now. There's just a whack look like you watch. When anything turns toward that, they're just toast instantly. Done. Done. So that was important. This AA was definitely a game winner, I'd say, because it kept their planes away from the side of the map. If they were smart, they should have came in here with some infantry. They had multiple options to try, and I mean, look, come in here. They could have totally came in there, walked right in. I only had these units here, but I was having trouble establishing anything around here. They were coming at me with choppers. If it wasn't choppers, it was arty. If it wasn't arty, it was something. So I was having a difficult time trying to push them away from this side so I could move stuff into here. So at this point, I moved my AA out of there and decided this whole section, this whole side of the map is going to be ours now. I can't hit stuff sometimes when it's coming in here, and we're moving north now. So I want to be able to hit stuff coming in shallower, out of shallower, like here. So now I have more control over the air around here instead of just back here, which is this quarter here. But I come up here with some tanks, I come up here with some tanks, and a lot of them die. So I move some more infantry over and down, down this hill here, to try and reinforce this area here. Now we tried one assault, a frontal assault, and it didn't work out. These are mine. I got stopped pretty quickly. We didn't have enough units and it wasn't very well organized. So we kind of realized that we better not push too quick in there. So we stay below this ridge. They can't see us below this ridge, which is good. He tries to do something about that AA, but it wasn't very effective here. But these are him. We're always looking for the CV up here as well. I couldn't find the CV. This is a newbie trying to go up, but we basically massed our army down below this ridge and said, don't go yet. Let's figure out what to do. I wanted to try and find a CV. That's what these guys were doing. They were going to attempt to go into here and, you know, sneak their way around and find the CV, which was close. This is me asking them to find it. It was right here, so I was close to it. But I had no idea. So they got some flame units in here. My flame units are done. Newbie comes in with some armored vehicles, which is nice of him. I get torn apart here by this chopper. Yeah, I have one guy left. He makes it, but I move him over to the left here and he just dies from this BMP. So I don't have much. I have a couple tanks here. I have a couple tanks here. He's saying I can't see anything. So we're getting, you know, choppered. There's tons of these artillery trucks over here, and just a shitload of garbage. And it was just a mess. We couldn't get in. So I decide I'm going to bring in some infantry, and we'll do. I'll attack from the flank. I'm going to come in from over here and sweep sideways, and see if I can do it that way, because I wasn't having any luck doing it the other way. So I dump some more infantry in here. I see these guys coming, so I dump the infantry here instead of over here. I move my AA out of the way there pretty quick. He started getting attacked. And here comes the AA. And these infantry guys are just sort of wandering, kind of searching. I'm not sure what they were looking for. Maybe they thought my AA was still there. Pretty sure they saw it move though, but anyway, so they go down. I bring in some more heavy tanks, try to reinforce my heavy tanks here. I bring in as many men as I can and move them up, because that's where we're going to assault. I'm going to assault from this flank. So as you can see, Cyrus is keeping them busy. We have Cyrus and Newbie over here, and we're just kind of sitting around waiting. As long as they don't come down this hill, we're safe, and they're safe. So he's saying he can't find the CV. I couldn't find it either. I think I tell him to arty. Yeah, I tell him to arty all the corners. And I actually came pretty close. If he had listened to me in artillery bit instead of, he comes in with planes, I don't know why. But as you can see in there's his planes. He starts going down with planes. We might have hit it. Here it was right beside my marker. So after I see him, he'll say, too much AA. Yeah. And I typed to him, I said, I told you to arty, not AA. I said, whatever, don't worry about it. So at this point, I have my army almost ready. Moving all my infantry into this hill. We'll fast forward to the actual battle. I'm going to try the technique of going with my choppers first again. and he's going to do a frontal assault while I attack from the flank. So they lose pretty quick. At least I didn't expect these choppers to do much. I just wanted to try and clear out any of that infantry. So this was, I don't know, Cyrus. So I saw that, and I told him I was going this way, and I said I'm going now. So he was going to follow me with these 3 piles of infantry, and when he was ready he was going to come in the middle when I was closer to the flank. So here I go. Preemptive artillery strike. Didn't really do much. So they come now. Here they come up over the hill. He's coming up over this side now, and we're all committed. We have to go. But I did a lot of damage. I came right in. Now he's moving his CV out of the way. He sees us coming. And I walked in right over here. This is a pretty good spot. He didn't have much resistance here, and I ended up getting pretty lucky when I walked in there. So I saw that CV, so I'm after it now. I know it's running, so I just keep moving my infantry, chase him over to this corner. We cleared that out pretty quick. I call my CV here. Once this is done, it should be any second now. Done. Okay. So we got that. I didn't even see this guy's out of ammo anyway. So next up, we didn't really wait long. We were running out of time. And I kind of wanted to move. I resupplied all my infantry and all my tanks on their FOBs that were here, and then I rolled right away as I called in more stuff around here and moved all my tanks. This is all Cyrus. I'm coming in right behind him. Called in all my stuff, and then we moved this way before he had a chance to put any defenses here, because as you can see he didn't have much, so he started to pile his stuff down here. All these infantry trucks are mine. They have mountaineers. I had 20, I think, 20 mountaineer units at 6. No, four mountaineer units and 60 mountaineers apiece. Cobras go down. I bring some mountaineers up this way, and then it's just a bottleneck, and we funnel out of here, and we take some damage, but we don't give them a chance to set up any sort of line of defense. They're sort of just streaming out of here and attacking the first thing they see. I'm bringing my mountaineers down here to try and kill their CV. I know it's around here somewhere. There's not much forest to hide it in, so I'm assuming it's in one of these forests, and it was over here. But they're calling out all these cheap tanks now, and it just turns into a massacre up here. This is one of the messiest fights we had. We weren't really organized at this one. The other 2 or 3 battles there, we were fairly organized in what we did. This one, it was kind of just come out of this bottleneck and attack whatever you saw. I went north. I didn't go down here. This is Cyrus's tanks, but these are my infantry, and then everything else I sent north. This is my Abrams. I don't know, Cyrus just left his stuff running straight up here. Got annihilated watching him do that. These are all my units too, coming in to sweep across here. that's me saying, oh, that's Cyrus saying find their CV. He's deploying a shitload of anti-air guns and a whack load of these recon helicopters, which get torn apart almost right away. So killed the CV down here. Now we concentrate on up here. So this turned messy real quick. I was running out of gas for all my tanks here, and I had no resupply trucks except for this one. These tanks had already run out of gas, so they were stuck there. I didn't really know what to do at this point except just keep calling in more units. I didn't have any resupply trucks left. Ones that I did have were way down at my base, and it would have taken them longer than probably 10 minutes to get up here. So I filled up these Charlies, or the chieftains here, and decided just to do what I could do because I didn't have anything left. He calls in his CV there to stop them from spawning, and then we just empty this area out. It does get messy over here though. These are my flaks coming in to take out these choppers, which are killing his leopards. So I decided to go up with this Abrams and try and find this CV. I think this Abrams dies. As you can see, we didn't have much. I mean, I had a bunch of fuel-less tanks sitting here, but Cyrus had a bunch of these Jaguars, which were nice. My aardvark. Bombing all the forests looking for the CV. A mistake. I parked my CV right beside his. I didn't even see that he had a CV in there. At that point, I think we thought we had killed it, but it was, in fact, I was still up there. Down goes all of his planes. My flaks die here. Oh, toast. Out of the gas. So when I seen these vehicles here moving toward this forest, I guessed that his CV was definitely still in this forest. So I moved some Delta Force up here to try and do something about it. I also killed or bombed this entire forest. Here's my aardvark to try and get that CV, which I could not find. And then these helicopters ended up seeing it. So that was me sitting here. I got it. So we started spawning here. It's only 13 minutes left. But this is where it gets messy. It was just a shit show in this section here. They're calling a buttload of choppers. I had no AA left. All I had was missiles. And here they come. But I didn't have any flak panzer guns. This is all Cyrus. Thank goodness he had some left. I had nothing. I started to run out of units here as well. This is more Cyrus. Wow, this is me up here. This is just ugly. And we're calling in planes non-stop because he doesn't have any AA around here. Wow, this is messy. Those are my choppers. Cyrus evidently found Jesus. Maybe he turned Christian there. Or maybe he found Jesus' body. So that's pretty much the end. I knew we weren't gonna have enough time left to completely eradicate them, but it was a great battle. It was the best game I've played in a long time. And the points, we were pulling away from them at this point. So I knew we had it in the bag. But it was a great fight. We had a lot of good team members on our team, and the other team had a good team on them as well. So Edward comes back. Boom. Now I call in units all along here. That's me saying I cleared that AA, so bring in our helicopters if you want. But he calls in a shitload more. I think that's all he had left was these AA guns. Well, we start with the planes again. I ended up calling some artillery, and that's all the units I had. I don't think I had anything left to call in. These are mine. 3 spotters. But yeah, here comes the whole whack load of this. Okay, there I called in my artillery, which is quite a bit of these M113s. So as soon as they come in, I do a number on these guys. Oh, here it comes. Nice. But yeah, time ends up running out. But I was coming in here, I was going to cut them off from spawning and just have troops try and plug this hole here where they kept coming out of. They did not have much left. That's a messy map, eh? Done. So I finished the game with 22,000 kills and only 11,000 losses. Next highest was 14 and 14, then 12 and 7. Highest on their team was 17 losses. Everybody else was under 10. So I think we did a good job on that game. It was really fun, so I had a good time on that map. Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and comments and questions are appreciated.